Good afternoon, dear Professor and fellow researchers. Today, I'm excited to share my research proposal. Let me introduce you the overview of this presentation. So, I will be starting with the research topic, problem statement, rationale for the project, research questions, literature review, methodology, action plan, and finally references.
So this is my topic, the effectiveness of utilizing phonic-based teaching to enhance English reading skills in young learners of age 6 to 8 in Sri Lanka. What is phonics? So there are two popular methods to use to teach reading for young learners. Phonic approach and whole language. So phonics, the sound of individual alphabets and how they can combine different sounds in order to form words. Whole language. Children are taught words as a whole unit. So in Sri Lanka, we use this whole language method. Problem statement. So before I show you my problem statement, I would like to give you the background why I came up with this topic. So when I was Googling, a Daily Mirror article said 85% of grade 3 children in Sri Lanka poor in literacy and numeracy. UNICEF 2023. So this research has done with the L1, that means Sinhala and Tamil. So I thought, if L1 is declining like this, what will happen to L2? Then I went on searching English proficiency in Sri Lanka. Then a blog said, despite English being taught as a second language in schools, only 22% of Sri Lankan population are literate in English. On the EF English Proficiency Index, Sri Lanka places 61st out of 80 countries with score of only 47.84. Then I spoke to a teacher from a Colombo school and she said, yes, we are assessing children's 4 skills separately. And we found that our students are okay with speaking and listening, but they have a problem with reading and spellings. So she said, if we are doing a research, it's better to find the techniques to enhance reading. Then I spoke to a public school teacher who teaches for grade 3 students. She said, I have only 10 students in my class, but out of these 10, only one student can recognize the alphabet. Then I started on reading the status of English in Sri Lankan public schools. By reading them, I found that there's a gap in age 6 to 8 when they're starting the new language. So this is my problem statement. While young learners in the age 6 start English through activity-based oral English, targeting oral communication skills, and age 8 start the formal English education directly with short passages, sentences, and few basic grammar lessons, there is a need for more researches to be done in Sri Lankan context to find the best teaching approach to overcome the difficulties of grade 3 students' reading skills, because they start the new language without prior knowledge. Now you will ask, why are you doing this? Hasn't anyone done it before? This is the rationale for my project. So this research will be done with 3 pillars. The current approach in age 8 is whole word. Despite the well-designed book on focusing, listening and speech at age 6 and 7, there is a gap in reading instruction until grade 3. Second, the impact of delayed readings instructions. So lack of foundational reading skills affect reading fluency, comprehension and confidence. Solutions through phonic-based instruction. So considering language acquisition theories and effectiveness in motivating English reading, I will find the solutions through phonic-based instructions. So what is my aim of this research? The research aims to address the reading gaps of young learners aged 6 to 8, providing comprehensive investigation. Not only that, I have some objectives: motivation goals, strategies used in phonics, and examine the impact of students who are affected with lack of resources, and identify the benefit of introducing phonics in early grades. So finally, this research helps you to better understanding of the role of phonic-based teaching and its effectiveness on young learners in Sri Lanka, and provide valuable insights for educators and language learners. I will find the answers for a few critical questions through my research. First question. What is the current level of reading efficiency among young learners of age 6 to 8 in Sri Lanka? Second, how does the phonic-based English teaching impact on enhancing English reading compared to existing whole language method? Third, how can phonic-based English teaching combine with above program for better literacy approach? Fourth, what are the support tools available at schools and how we can utilize them on phonic-based teaching? There are more questions. What are the challenges faced by teachers and parents when focusing on a new approach? And then, what are the common reading challenges of young learners and how can phonic address them? Last, does phonic-based instruction help students to make an interest on English language and reading? Okay, let's see what are the existing literature that has informed the research. So these studies have highlighted the phonic-based approach on young learners. Hoover 2022 highlights that phonic as a prominent facilitator of L2 learning classroom and early reading and early writing based on phonic approach, enhancing respective skills and improve learners' vocabulary. AD 2005 emphasized that reading to be an automatic practice. Phonic and phonemic awareness should be involved in the process of learning a language and its aid the children's vocabulary. Messner and Griffith 2005 says phonic has been described as both a system of encoding speech sounds into written symbols and teaching learners the relationship between letters and sounds and how to use this system to recognize words. Dennis 2021 highlights the importance of phonic related skills in L2 language reading. Also, Angelica 2011 also says about the phonic instructions. So what about the Sri Lankan context? Premaratha 2018, she has done a research with university students of Moratuwa and she has found lack of phonological awareness of English learners and also fossilized pronunciation errors of educators directly affect on education identity of Sri Lankan learners. And also Gunaratha 2021 finds out English professionals in Sri Lankan schools decline due to various issues such as policy failures. English is not taught from grade 1 at government schools. A-level general English grading is not a compulsory requirement to enter state universities. High number of students in popular schools and lack of resources in socio-economically lower schools. And then I found University of Jaffna conducts a valuable course for enhancing phonic and phonological awareness for language teachers. The course outline showcases the importance of understanding the elementary system of the English language. Comparative studies. In identification of these studies conducted globally, my research targets to contribute Sri Lankan context in enhancing young learners' English reading skills through phonic approach. Move on to the methodology. How am I going to do it? The population of my research, young learners of age 6 to 8 in Sri Lanka who could benefit from phonic teaching approach. And my sample, 30 students of age 6 to 8, 5 class teachers, 5 ESL teachers, and 10 parents. Sampling methodology. My methodology will be non-probability sampling method. Under that, convenience sampling, because select students present in a particular school age 6 to 8 and they will be chosen based on the availability and accessibility. And ethical consideration will be obtained from school and parents prior to the research. Purposive sampling, participants are selected according to their relevant experience working with young children, the specialty of teaching English for young learners. Move on to the research design. I will be using embedded mixed method design. First, I will be collecting quantitative data by pre-test and post-test, and I analyze them. Then I will be collecting the qualitative data by interweaving, and I will analyze that. Mixing qualitative data enhance quantitative result, and I will come to interpretation. Data collection procedure, quantitative data, conducting oral assessment to value students' basic reading skills. Qualitative data, interviewing parents and teachers on students' progress, current knowledge, effectiveness of phonic and above, and challenges students face when learning a second language. So I will be analyze quantitative data through statistical software. Let's move on to my action plan. I will be starting my data collection on 18th November 2024 and I'm trying to finish my final draft on 30th January 2025 and submission will be on 20th February 2025. Let's look at my references. Thank you for listening to my research proposal.